Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bahrain Now. With me, your host, Bara Abdulla. We've got a great show coming up featuring great local talents, initiatives, and happenings from around the kingdom. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, right now I'm going to talk about a non-profit organization founded by Joylyn Fernandez that aims towards a better environment. We will find out more about this organization with our guest, Joylyn. How are you? Good evening.
Hi, good evening. Well, thank you for having me here.
Most definitely.
I'm so glad to have this opportunity to talk about something that I'm very passionate about.
Amazing.
Well, my full-time job is actually marketing. I work for Al Moed Contracting Group as a marketing specialist.
Awesome.
And Sustainable Living Bahrain is something that I founded a while ago in hopes of helping people to live sustainably in Bahrain.
Okay.
And well, another thing about me is that I'm also the co-founder of ResCat that helps rehomes rescued cats internationally.
Okay.
So I've been in Bahrain for a little over 5 years now. And yeah, I mean, just 2 years back, I decided, like I want to do something and give back to the community. So that's how all this started.
Okay, well, bless you for that. That's for sure.
Thank you.
Now, sustainable living, what does that mean?
Well, it actually means living in a manner that is helping the environment. It will not put pressure on the Earth's limited resources. So it can be anything from, saving electricity at home to switching over to something eco-friendly, and to let the planet, to help your future generations inherit a healthier planet.
Okay, well, that's a huge thing right there.
Yes.
But is it only, let's say, associated to environmental affairs, or is it more than that?
As of now, I would say that it is more, my aim is to be more environmentally conscious.
Okay.
So just let me tell you about a bit of how it started. Well,
Please.
I came here and I've always tried to live eco-friendly, and when I came here, I actually met a lot of like-minded people, and they inspired me to do something like this.
Right.
When I'm on social media, I see a lot of people asking about, where can I repair my television, or where can I repair my handbag, and I saw that there was a need for like an online directory where people can find out where they can repair instead of trash something because it's been rendered useless. So this is how it started, and this is my way of contributing to, well, Bahrain and well, the environment as a whole.
Amazing, because pretty much everything you said right now is super aligned to the vision and even to the procedures and the missions of the Supreme Council for Environment, as there's an entire directorate just for sustainability. So it's amazing what you're saying right now is how it's aligned to Bahrain's vision as well for a more environmental friendly country at this point.
Yes.
So now, how has the reception been so far?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. When I started, it was meant to be like immediately I'm going to go and make this directory, but like I said, I'm pursuing my master's, so it's slowed down a bit. But you know what? I'm taking this as an opportunity to to propel this further in the right direction. And people have been really, really responsive. I get a lot of messages telling me where where people can get this repaired, or people message me asking me for where they can get something repaired.
Right.
And that single message really makes my day, to know that people are at least trying to repair something before trashing it or even putting it back into recycling.
Wow, wow. Is that pretty much taking a lot of your time, or are you just enjoying it all the way to the max?
I'm enjoying myself. I thought that content creation is my strength. So what could I do using that, and incorporating my love for the environment? So this is fun. I created the whole brand, and I create daily posts and news from around the world that gives us hope, and where you can go to repair this or repair that. And if any businesses message me that we repair so and so, I make it a point to post about this.
That is amazing.
So I'm having a lot of fun, yes.
Definitely. I mean, the amount of experience and networks and connections you're making right now is just immense at this point.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So where are we right now when it comes to sustainability? Where do you see us standing right now here, for Bahrain at least?
See, Bahrain, like I said, I met a lot of like-minded people who are working towards, living sustainably and being an example for everyone. So I meet people who, who make their own soaps from recycled cooking oil,
Wow.
who convert old clothes into grocery bags. And I see a lot of new businesses coming out that that sell reusable straws or recyclable diapers. So I feel that we are moving in the right direction, and all that people need is a little more direction on what can I replace that's eco-friendly instead of something that is not,
Right.
or some advice on like. What can I buy that's been sourced locally? So yes, we are moving in the right direction.
What do you think is needed right now? What can we help with?
Okay, so one is you have to look up to international standards of sustainability. Like I said, try to go local. Start at home. It may be a small start to save, even turning off the lights when you don't need it, or switching to a shower that will help you save water is sustainability. It doesn't have to be something big. You don't have to just immediately discard everything and say, oh, I'm just going to look for eco-friendly options. So if you find some product, tell your friends about it. If you find a local business that's making something here that's grown locally, tell your friends about it and support such businesses.
Hearing this right now is just very interesting, but it's an eye-opener at the same time. Let's say right now somebody would say, we saw the interview, we got really interested. Can you give like a consultation session, like in how to go more sustainable, like a one-day session, like here's what you need to do with your lights, here's how you have to change your this and that. Would you offer such a thing?
I wouldn't say I'm an expert.
Okay.
I just, like everybody else, I'm learning as I grow.
Right.
I feel all of us can do something in our own way, but if
Right.
people do approach me, I would love to do my research and then give a consultation. So I'm
Wow.
more well informed.
It's really interesting because right now as you're pursuing your marketing career,
Yes.
and that comes in such a handy thing in spreading the word when it comes to sustainable living. Now, if you're gonna leave us with one advice, last words to your viewers, what would that be?
I would say start now, even if you're starting small. Make small changes in whatever way you can, and be an example to other people on sustainable living.
Well, Joylyn, thank you so much for being
Thank
part
you.
of this talk, and this has been definitely an eye-opener, and you never know, like you influenced me right now, you may influence more people right now
Yes.
into the sustainable living.
Thank you so much. Thank
It's
you.
been
Thank
a great
you.
pleasure.
Yeah, same here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, don't wait. Sustainability is waiting for you right now to take the first action. If you've got any questions, just pretty much approach Joylyn. All that took place right now in an interview here on Bahrain Now. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure and honor to have with us here again Dr. Mariam Al-Amari, joining us today for an informative talk about the Child and Family Foundation Center and how they play their part as a psychology center in the society towards a better mental health of adults and children. Well, Dr. Mariam, how are you this evening?
I'm good. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here again.
Most definitely. It's always a great time having you back again to see what's happening with what's going on in the industry itself. So tell us about this center.
Sure. I set up this center in 2018. I've been working in leading hospitals, and I wanted to bring international psychological care to Bahrain and make sure that patients were getting the best care they could possibly get. So we started serving children in 2018, and then that moved to teenagers, and now adults as well, and we also offer therapy for families. So we've been slowly building our team and increasing the services that we offer.
Wow, wow. So what sparked the idea for it to happen?
I think I've always wanted to be my own boss,
Okay.
number one.
Yes.
And I think when you work in different sectors, because I worked in governmental sectors and private sectors, and I worked for a little bit in Ireland and I worked in the US. So I think that gives you a lot of experience and you can put in practice what it is that you want and what it is you want to achieve. So by gaining all that experience, I really was able to put that into my center, and I felt like the focus should always be the patient, right? The patient's needs, and I wanted somewhere where they feel really comfortable.
Okay.
And I think that's really important. You want to go somewhere where you feel everything is confidential, that you can open up and you can let go of all your worries and have someone professional there to listen and to guide you.
And I can actually vouch for that.
Thank
Definitely,
you.
definitely. Like from a lot of the feedback and the things we've been hearing is that you have a contemporary way of doing
I
it.
really
You know,
appreciate
it's like
that.
people understand that you are aligned to today's issues.
Thank
Not
you.
only textbook like you would read from it, but you actually understand what's going on. Tell us more about your method and activities.
Yeah, so I predominantly do counseling and psychology. So I like to help people find out what's maybe triggering them, find problematic behavior patterns and see how we can fix them. Regarding the activities at the centre, we try and do a lot online. We try to make sure that people are given good information. We have a lot of campaigns. We also found that people just don't have financial access to therapy, and that was one of the things that I kept hearing continually.
Right.
So we set up our financial assistance program so people can actually apply, and if they really don't have the means, we're happy to offer them therapy and make sure that they're
Wow.
taken care of, which was really, really important to me because there's a lot of barriers to treatment, right? Like stigma, cultural things.
Yeah.
But at least for financial, that was one thing that we were able to eliminate. And I'm very grateful to the other doctor on my team, Dr. Anisha, who's been on board with the campaign as well. And she's been helping with the financial assistance. So I think that's really, really good that we can offer that as a centre.
Wow. Well, bless you for that.
Thank you.
I mean, a lot of people today, like you said, when they go through a lot of trauma and triggers and PTSDs from, you know, whatever situations they go through, the number one concern is definitely the finances.
Yeah.
They say, oh, it just costs a lot. And it's a lot of sessions they have to go through.
Yeah, it can be costly, and honestly there's a lot of overheads with a business, right, which every business owner knows. So even when you're trying to cut costs, it is difficult, but you want to do the best for your community, and I'm very mindful of that. I'm very mindful as a Bahraini, I have to be making sure that my community has access to things, and we really do try our best. So when someone comes to me and they tell me, you know, we need this, or we're looking for this, or you don't have this service, can you provide it? I do actually try and go out of my way and see what we can do to facilitate that.
Really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Like sincere gratitude and appreciation to you and your team.
Thank
I mean, because
you.
like you're saving lives here.
That's really, really nice. And during COVID, it's been so busy. We've had such a surge of patients. I remember that at the beginning of COVID, they asked me for the data, and I think our caseload was up 34%. Wow. But even after that, it definitely went up maybe more, maybe about 46%. So we've been really, really busy. And I know other therapists on the island are facing the same thing. I think COVID really opened us up to seeing that there's so many mental health issues, and we all have mental health that we need to take care of in the same way as our physical health.
Right. I mean, you're absolutely right. Like just a few years ago, mental health wasn't really looked upon as an actual issue. It's always the physical part of things, you know, but now it seems like people are giving way more attention to mental health and taking care of it more than, I wouldn't say more than physical, but it's at the same level maybe?
Yeah, I think it's really good. Even referrals, we've been previously, I mean, we get referrals from doctors, but now we're getting them so much more. So people are actually going, and their physicians or their GPs are telling them, you know, you need to look into your mental health, especially with our children, right? And their socialization and online, offline, and the uncertainty of can I play with my friends today? Well, no, you can't because they're in a close contact, things like that. So I think, there's been a lot of uncertainty, and it's always good to check in mentally and just see where you are, if there's anything you need to do, if there's anything you can work on. And sometimes just coming once or twice and seeing where you are and where you want to be is enough. It doesn't need to be continual. I think that people are sometimes frightened of that, right? They're frightened that they're going to come and I'm going to be locked in like a gym membership. I need to go every single week, but it's not necessarily like that, right? You can come and you can have a few sessions, and you yourself might know, okay, well, this is what I want and this is what I need. And it helps you work it out.
No, you've been pretty much talking to countless amount of people, not only in Bahrain, but even around the world. Now, it seems like before we always thought, oh, there are certain things that always, or only in Bahrain, but it seems like because right now we're heading to more of a globalization wave,
Yeah.
social media and the web and all of that. So it seems like there is right now more of a global issue taking place, not only in Bahrain.
Yeah.
From your experience right now, what is the most triggering thing you always keep hearing in most of your sessions?
I think most people are suffering from anxiety.
Anxiety.
That's the majority of complaints or symptoms that people have, not even complaints. They don't know how to deal with the anxiety, or we're bombarded with information on social media.
Yes.
And recently, very sad things that not everybody is at a capacity to deal with right now, because the things that we would normally have in our lives, like some people are still separated from families, there's still families suffering from COVID, they can't see them. So the elements that we need to be strong in our lives, we don't always have access to right now. So that's been really difficult. So even things like going to the gym, which is a very normal thing, right? When you've got elderly parents, some people are saying, well, I'm scared to go to the gym. I don't want to catch anything and bring it home to my parents.
Right.
They still have that fear.
Right.
Or my children, they're too young to be vaccinated. I don't really want to bring that home to them. So yeah, I think anxiety has been the number one thing, and I think globally we're just receiving so much information about the same thing from different countries around the world, and that causes an overload. So I always say to people, on the guidelines from the Psychological Society actually are, stop looking at the figures, the statistics. It's not helpful. It doesn't help you. It actually just heightens that anxiety, which we don't need to have, as long as you're taking care of yourself and your immunity, right? And if you need counseling, there's someone that you go to speak to, that's enough. We don't need to know all the data, right? It doesn't help us in any way.
Right. Well, again, thank you for that. Bless you
My
for
pleasure.
receiving all these sessions. Tell us more about your activities right now that you're carrying on.
So I've actually got a gift for you.
No way.
So we're launching something. This is just a prototype, but it's to give you an idea. So it's a little something for you.
Okay.
So you got the first one, actually.
Nice. Okay, I will take my time in opening, see what's going on here.
You
This
can.
is good. I like the packaging of it and the handwriting. Oh my God. If I can, that's yours?
My handwriting. So it's called TLC by CFC. So CFC is our center, the Child and Family Foundation Center. And basically we're just doing these little kits. They're kind of pick-me-ups. And it's got some psychological worksheets. Yours has a self-care assessment and some breathing.
Yes.
breathing
How
exercises.
did you know?
Right? And just some nice items that are curated for you, just for promoting peace and calmness and relaxation. So I hope you like it.
I love it.
So you're the
what
first
brought
one.
the idea?
We wanted to do something a little different, and again, it's about accessing our community, right? And not everybody's going to want to come in for sessions. Either they're not ready to, or they just don't want to take that leap, or financially they have some issues and they don't want to apply for the assistance program. We wanted to be able to give people worksheets and things that they could do. So you can actually buy this for a friend if a friend is under the weather, or and we're working on a questionnaire so we can find out exactly what they love and what would work for them.
Okay.
So you can do the questionnaire before you actually buy the care package and see what either works for you or your friend, and then we put all the items based on what you've said. So yours is very relaxation, sea, peppermint, lavender, everything to promote relaxing. So I hope you like it.
I love it. I love it.
pleasure.
Thank you. This is so creative yet practical at the same time.
Thank you.
Like
Well, I think like flowers are beautiful, right? But sometimes we want something else. We want something to kind of help us relax, ease us through the day or even the week. There's enough in there to keep you going for the week. So yeah, just to make it a little bit brighter. So we've been thinking about it for a little while, and yeah, we thought, why not? We'll try it. And hopefully people like it.
And I happen to be the first.
Yeah, you're the first one, especially for you.
Dr.
We rushed it
Mariam.
actually to get it done as quick as possible, because we're actually not officially launching until April, but we wanted to get you one really quickly.
I'm gonna shout out to the audience again, guys. This is a lifesaver right here. You know, a little package customized for you and for your needs. You never know, this can be a good charge and a good change for your journey. I'm gonna use this.
I'm glad.
Definitely. Gonna
I
put
hope
it on
you
the side,
enjoy it.
and this is gonna be something I'm gonna pretty much start my week with.
Oh, I'm glad. Well, I'm glad you like it.
Amazing creative idea.
Thank you.
So you and the team brought it together and just
Our team are
designed
really good, honestly. We're a team of all women, so they've been doing really well and super creative. So we're just always trying to find new ways that we can connect with people, connect with younger people, and see what we can do to make that little bit of a difference in their lives.
Okay. I'm sure this is not the last thing you're gonna do, and like you have a lot of ideas piled up. You're just ready to make it happen and all that.
Inshallah.
How has this reception been so far with the new ideas that you always bring up to Bahrain?
Pretty good. I'm really grateful to the community in Bahrain. I think that they're always on board. They like new ideas, they like innovation, right? And I love when I get feedback actually from people, or they message me and they let me know, like, I like this, I want to do this, we need this. Sometimes people even tag me on memes and different things that they're doing across the world, but I actually like it. I got somebody actually tagged me on something recently that was really interesting. So it's good. It keeps actually the people that follow the center, they keep alive ideas burning, because they just tag you on things and you're like, oh, well, that's what they're doing in Germany, or oh, that's what they're doing in France. So it's really nice.
Interesting. Very interesting. I mean, every time I go to your Instagram account, I just learned something new.
Thank you.
It's an eye opener. It's relaxing. The things you choose, it's like been handpicked for that day itself.
Thank you
just
very much.
keep rotating different ideas and stuff. Like, yes, there is a lot to learn. There's a lot to do. We can be better.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to pretty much tell to the audience right now certain things you just want to advise them with for today's, I would say, world of what's going on, what do you want to say?
I think probably the number one advice I give is just slow down, right? Remember your blessings. Be grateful for the things that you do have, because we can get caught up completely and forget, right? And it's kind of a rat race, and it's, I could be doing this, or I could have a better car, a better house, this could be happening, I could be on a plane somewhere, I could be on holiday, right? I think it's very important, especially now, not to take your physical health or your mental health for granted, and be really grateful that we have those. Breathing. I say this a lot. If you're a patient of mine, you're probably going, here she goes again. But breathing is so important, right? Just be mindful, being in the moment. I would say minimize your screen time a little bit. If you feel that you're on your devices too much, just at least slowly bring it down. Bring it down by 20 minutes a day, half an hour a day. It's about small little changes. That's where we see the most consistency. I think often people are like, okay, I'm going to make a change, which is great, but then they try and do too many things at once, and then it's not consistent. You can't keep it all up, right? So just small little changes that consistently over time. I always say it's like little pieces of a jigsaw. I'm putting the jigsaw together. It won't seem much when you've got 2,000 pieces of a jigsaw and you're trying to put it together piece by piece, but slowly it all comes together. And that's kind of how mental health works. When you put all the little bits together, you end up with a much better mental health.
That is amazing. I mean, just to add a little bit with the screen time, not to mention which platform, Bahrain alone has consumed that platform with 4.7 billion views a month. It's like the average person would use that platform like 7 times a day, 7 sessions. Each session goes up to 15 minutes.
It's a lot. And the problem is we don't feel better after this.
No.
Right? And that's what the research is telling us. We feel lonelier. We actually feel more upset by watching things. We don't feel better. So we're actually continually doing things that don't actually make us feel better. And we think it makes us connected, but really it's just making us feel lonelier.
Well, Dr. Mariam, we will, I cannot tell you how excited I am to see you again, definitely.
Thank you very much.
And we can have a lot to talk about, but again, we need to leave some for the other episodes.
Inshallah.
Right? It's been a great time catching up again here on Bahrain Now, and can't wait to see you again with more achievements. Definitely.
Thank you. It's been my honor to be here again today.
Most definitely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. Slow down, breathe, less screen time, and more. But hey, you want to know more about your jigsaw puzzle and how can you actually have more balance? Just approach Dr. Mariam Amadi, and all that took place right here in an interview on Bahrain Now. Well, everyone, I hope you all enjoyed that episode as much as I did. Don't forget to reach out to us on our social media accounts shown below, and stay tuned for more happenings right here on Bahrain Now. I'm Bara Abdulla. Till next time, Bahrain, goodbye and God bless.